Well, hello friends, and welcome back to Browser Hacking. Today we are going to start working on editable content, and what I mean by that is that you could put a text cursor somewhere in an HTML document and type, and it will go into the actual HTML document. This is a very important thing to have on the web these days, and we don't support any of it, so today we're just going to start and see if we can make at least some editable text content. So the way that I imagine this working, because I've worked on browsers a lot, but I never really did any text editing stuff. So the way I imagine this would work is we would somewhere store the cursor location as a tuple of the node that it's in and the text offset into that node, right? And then if you send key events to the browser and we have a text cursor and it's in an editable node, then we would do text editor stuff like insert character at position, things like that. And I think we're not gonna start by building out like this command-based editing model. We'll just start simple, just make it possible to insert text. But the very first thing we'll do actually is render a cursor and allow you to place the cursor. So we'll start with that. That'll be the easiest probably. So I think one thing we're gonna need is some kind of class to represent a position in the DOM. Because we currently don't have that. Like the selection API that we have, it operates entirely on the layout tree, but not on the DOM. But of course, the layout tree can disappear at any moment if you just set something to display none, whereas the DOM will stay. So really, the cursor should probably be in the DOM is what I'm thinking. At least that's where we'll be inserting stuff. So it just seems kind of logical. Anyways. Let's make a position class maybe in the DOM. Live web DOM position. Okay, so that's what we'll call it, and let's see here. DOM position. All right. So DOM position is going to be. Hold on, let me just get all of the basics out of the way. Position. All right, so that's going to be a ref footer to a node. And I guess we need some includes here actually, so that we know what we're doing. Forward, and maybe we'll need ref footer. Yeah, so it will be a node and an index into that node. Offset. Yeah. Okay, and then we can allow you to have an empty position, and let's put the destructor out of line so that we don't need to include node.h. Include libweb doom position. Okay, so this will be our little position class. Cool. And then the way that we'll probably end up constructing these most of the time is going to be like this. So you pass it a node and a offset. Something like that. And let's take that constructor and put it here as well. Wait, can't return from a constructor? What am I thinking? Okay, maybe add some accessors. Okay, very exciting class. But now we have it. So now we can store, let's see, so where do we store the cursor? I'm thinking maybe we'll store it in the frame. That feels kind of sensible that each frame would have a cursor. And of course, only the focused frame actually displays its cursor, and only in the focus frame does it matter where the cursor is really, because interacting with any other, we're gonna send all the keystrokes to the focused frame anyway. So I think that makes kind of sense. So let's go to libweb frame, and let's give him a DOM position cursor position. Okay. Position. All right, and then maybe we'll even expose this cursor position, and set cursor. I was thinking, should we call this just cursor? But cursor to me sort of represents the not only the position but also like the visual state of it, right? Like maybe it's gonna blink and stuff like that. So let's call this cursor position, and maybe we'll pass it by const reference like that. Okay, and let's implement that little setter. So I guess we can do a no check, and then we'll have to implement a comparison operator. But probably we should, if the cursor position changes, we need to repaint, right? So let's see. How do we repaint a frame? Set needs display. I think maybe we can just do that. What happens if we pass an empty rect to set needs display? Actually, maybe that's overly aggressive. What we should do is probably invalidate the previous node that had the cursor in it, and also the new node with the cursor in it. So that would be a better invalidation, because then we might redraw a lot less of the page. So let's do that. If m cursor position is no, wait, hold on. If it has a node, then and cursor position node has a layout node, then layout node set needs display, yes. And likewise, after we've assigned it, we do that to the new node as well. Great. Yes, that seems fine. Okay, so then let's add a comparison operator to this guy, which will be very, very simple. Position other const. And my offset is the other guy's offset. Maybe we'll do one of those too. Or maybe we should even do that. Should do it that way. Okay. So that's the start. Now, I guess we'll want to set the cursor position somewhere. So how about we print out when this happens? And let's see, so we'll just print out cursor position, and then we'll print out the node and the offset. In fact, maybe we'll We'll add a custom logger helper for this thing. Actually, let's do that. It's not terribly difficult. So that would be a const log stream. And then a DOM position. Actually, just position. This will be good to have. Stream. If position node, then let's see, how do we do this? Stream. Wait, does DOM node have an output helper? It doesn't. Okay, so we'll just do the tag name, I guess. Node, node name, maybe the pointer address. Let's see, DOM position. And then the position offset. Something like that. Else it's one of these, essentially. Yeah, so we'll like, guess we can do this. It's going to be 0 most of the time, but I guess it's, if we were to have a non-zero value in the offset, I guess that might be interesting if you have a null putter with a non-zero offset. Maybe it's better if we see that. Okay, so that builds, that's good. Did I add that to the CMake list? Yes, I did. Okay. So let's set the cursor position when we handle a mouse down. So handle mouse down. So we're already like updating the selection when you click down with the left mouse. We set the start of the selection to this location here. And I think we can just do kind of the same with our cursor. So probably there should be a bit more interplay between the cursor and the selection, but I think maybe right now we'll just handle them separately just so that we can motor forward, and then we'll figure out how they fit together a bit later. So the cursor position is going to be a DOM position with the, wait, do we know the node that we're clicking on? It's node, okay. So node and result index in node. And you don't like that because you want that to be a non-null reference. So let's see, we've handled an event here. Okay, that's fine. So a weird thing that might happen here actually is that you click on something and then an event handler fires for like a mouse down event, and then in that event handler the node is removed from the document, and then after that we put the cursor in that removed node. That's probably not the best behavior, but that's something that we can work out later, what the good behavior should be, because there's a lot of weird stuff in web content sometimes where like you fire event handlers, and then when you come back, a lot of things have shifted around in the DOM, and like it's not the way it was before. So whenever you're, anytime that you are dispatching events into DOM, you have to like let go of all your assumptions about the state of everything, basically, like after you return from event dispatch, because JavaScript has run and the whole world might look very different now. So that's it's a kind of a spooky aspect of DOM event handling that you have to be aware of. So, okay, so now we're setting the cursor position there, and let's see, wait, oh. Ooh, I guess let's see if it logs some stuff when we do that. Okay, so we can see down here, we're setting cursor position in a text node at some offset. So you can see me clicking around here, and it actually sets it at different offsets. That's pretty neato. I guess the cursor position is primarily only... I guess I would prefer to be in a text node at any given time. Because if we're not in a text node, we don't have a text cursor, but maybe we should allow it to be in any node, but we'll only render something if it's actually in a text node, and the text node is editable. But maybe for now we'll always render. So let's see. So let's render something here, right? Like let's make a blinky cursor. How would that work? So we'll need a timer, and we'll need a timer, and we can put the timer in frame, and it will just, I don't know, tick once a second or something. I don't know what's a good cursor blink rate, 500 milliseconds. What do we normally do? Cursor blink timer. Okay, so terminal uses 500 milliseconds. Okay, let's do that. This is probably something that should be system configurable at some point, but right now let's just go with a sane default. So let's see, let's put it on frame. Ref putter 2, core timer, cursor blink timer. All right. And then let us instantiate this little friend. Oh, we have two competing constructors. That's a bit irritating. And it's not immediately obvious that they could just delegate. I mean, I guess they could delegate to a shared constructor, so we'll do something like, or wait, is this one shared maybe? Maybe that one is shared. So then we would just do frame. Wait, mainframe. Oh, what an irritating split. Okay, I'm just gonna ignore that for now and duplicate this. So setup. This is what we'll do. And then when I feel like dealing with this split here, I'll just go and fix that up. Okay, so setup is going to be cursor blink timer is core timer construct 500, and hit me with a callback that says if m cursor position node and m cursor position node has a layout node, then shiggity set needs display. Okay. And then of course we have to actually, so now we'll update, but it's not going to render it anything yet. So we have to go in text rendering. So layout text, paint fragment. So this is where we paint a fragment of a piece of text into the web page. That's good. Also, I see that my code completion or thing here is not working because I didn't set up my Q Creator fully yet on my new machine. So hold on, build libweb. Is that enough? No, it's wait, build libraries libweb. Or is it just build libraries, perhaps? Yes, that was it. Okay. Gotta tell Q Creator where all my generated includes are. So, okay, so when we paint a line box fragment of a piece of text, then what are the steps? First, we do the background, then we do the text decoration, underline, we do text transformation, uppercase, lowercase, then we do the text itself, and then finally we do the selection. So I think finally, we'll draw the cursor if present. So in order to do that, we have to look if we have to figure out if the cursor is inside of this particular layout text. So let's see. Frame. Wait, how do we get to the frame from here? We need to include frame, at least. Web page frame. Frame. Cursor position. Okay, so let's see. How do we determine if the cursor is inside of this layout text? We have to look at if cursor position dot node is my node. Oh wait, why are those not compatible? Do I not see text from here? Oh, wait, back up. It's a reference versus a pointer. I'm being silly. Okay, so if they are one and the same, we still need to compute we need to figure out if this particular fragment contains this particular offset. So fragment, wait, what is the name of that? Text index, no, dang it. I forget how this API looks like. Okay, so a fragment is a layout node and a start and a length, right? So this is what we need to look at, start and length. So if fragment start is greater than or equal to, dang it, this is now it's gonna become about coordinate math and offset math, my two least favorite types of math combined. But let's just suffer through it. So what we want to know is where is the cursor, right? How many characters into this fragment is the cursor start? So what do we do for the selection? We just ask for the selection rect. So that's a whole, oh right, I remember writing this code and not enjoying it. Freaking math. Okay, so we want to have the offset in characters into this fragment. That means that we will take the start of the fragment and subtract that. Wait, so the two things that we have here are the cursor is a node and an index, and then the fragment is a node start length, right? So we want to figure out if the index is anywhere in the range from start to length characters forward. So and cursor position offset is greater than or equal to fragment start, and frame cursor position offset less than fragment. Does it have end? It doesn't have end. I guess we can compute end. Something like that. You don't like that because it's signed, but we will just unsignify. Haha. Okay. And then. Okay, so now we know that we're in the fragment. Great. Then we need to compute the cursor rect. So we'll need to figure out how many pixels wide are all of the characters that lead up to the cursor. So we can ask the font for that information, and that's okay. So we've set that. We have the font here, specified style font. That's good. So cursor X is specified style font width, and then we need some text. So that would be the fragment text substring. And then the substring is the starting at 0, and the length is the cursor position minus the start. Okay, I am hopeful. Actually, let me use floats here. And then the cursor Y is, let's see, so let's do like a 1 pixel wide thing. So then the Y, we have 2 Y values, right? Because we need a tall cursor, so it will just be the top and the bottom of the fragment, I guess. So top is fragment absolute rect. Oh, right, and here we need fragment absolute x plus that, and then here the cursor's top is like that, and the cursor bottom is fragment bottom. Okay, we'll try this. So painter, draw a rect, and then we have to make a rect actually, so int rect. Should probably factor this out into a cursor rect function. So let's see, cursor x. Wait, that's x, and then comes y, cursor top, and then comes the width, which is 1, and then comes the height, which is cursor bottom minus cursor top. So actually, really what we want here is just the cursor height, right? Cursor. Wait, dang it. That's not true. I wanted the top for the Y value. Okay. But we could at least do something more like that. Right. So cursor rect, graphics, color red. Why don't we? And then, so right now we're not going to blink it. We're just going to update when we blink. I have a feeling that I got something wrong here, so let's just go one step at a time. Oh, wait, hold on. I see a cursor. It's small, but it is there. It's not exactly where I'm clicking, although it's doing a decent job of it, but I would sort of expect it to, there's this like nice behavior that you should have where if you click like on a glyph, but you're in like the right half of the glyph, then really you want the cursor to go on the right side of that glyph. This is like a pretty typical GUI text control issue, and of course we see it here. So that's something that we need to take into account. But the fact that we just got a cursor up and working that easily, I'm very happy with that. Okay, so I wasn't too far off. Let's see. So let's make that thing blink first of all, just so that it feels like a text cursor. That'll be a bit funner. So when we blink, we want to toggle something. So let's see, cursor blink state. Yes. We'll use the sophisticated not algorithm. Okay, and I guess we will have a way to query that here. So cursor blink state. All right. If, so that we can actually check that first of all. Cursor blink state and. Bloop. Oh, look at that, it blinks. Oh man, it's so cool. It's a text cursor, it blinks. Very, very sweet. And I can place it in fun places. See, it even goes here in the larger font area. Very nice. What if I put it like in the middle of a link? I get a little confused. Oh, and I click on a link and yeah, these things have some issues. And it doesn't die. That's a bit weird. I remember somebody filed a bug that browser was unkillable. I guess not always, but sometimes. That's probably something we need to look into, but let's not get off track here. So let's see. So let's commit what we have at this point, because I feel like we have built some nice stuff. First thing is we'll just add the DOM position class. I think I'll go ahead and add that to web forward as well. It's nice to have all your forward declarations in one file like this. It's something I picked up in WebKit, which I really, really like, because then you don't end up polluting random headers with like, 5-6 forward declarations up top. Instead, you can just slap them all in forward.h and just include that. You have all the forward declarations in one place, and it's quite nice. Oh, let's add this actually. So libweb, add a basic position class. This will be used for editable content. Okay. Also known as ContentEditable, by the way. But let's start out small. So here we got that, and then I should probably factor that thing out because it's kind of gross the way it's looking here. So if we are in the blinky blink state, then let's see. I guess we'll make it like this. So cursor rect, right? And then actually paint cursor if needed. Let's do that. Paint cursor if needed. And then we need to see the fragment at that point. So we need a const linebox fragment. Yeah, this will be okay. And then we just move that stuff here, and then we can check this first. So if the blink state is off, none of this matters. I like to put the cheapest checks first. This one is just a bool check, right? So that's kind of cheap. And then we have some pointer comparisons and offset comparisons. So we'll do those second. Not that it super matters in this place. It's just I think that's kind of a nice habit in general. This does not look super beautiful, actually. Okay, let's not forget to reverse that condition. Okay. And here we are fetching the absolute rect 3 times, which is a little bit excessive. So let's hold on. Let's just do that once. Rect abs fragment rect is fragment absolute rect. Fragment getting absolutely wrecked. Okay, and then that's our cursor rect. Oh, and we need the painter. The context painter. So, okay, so we'll grab it. We'll pass it along, actually. Yeah, that's okay. Paint context. Yeah. Context and fragment. Go ahead and make that private. And then here, context painter. So this is essentially this is a const operation, actually. So we shouldn't require a mutable layout text pointer to do that. There we go. That's pretty good. Okay. And red, I don't know why red. It's the text cursor color we use in the text editor normally, reddish. Wait, do we have that in the palette maybe? Let me take a look. Palette, cursor, oh, we have text cursor. Okay, then we should use the system text cursor color, obviously. So context, palette, text cursor. No hard-coded colors. Good job. Let's test this out. I feel like this is going pretty okay. So yeah, got the blinky cursor and everything. Very, very nice. libweb, add a text cursor. This is, let's see, each web frame now has a text cursor, has a cursor position, cursor that points at a DOM position that sits at a DOM position. It will blink and look like a nice regular text cursor. It doesn't really do anything yet, but it will eventually. Okay. And then, of course, we're not always going to have a cursor because that would be kind of annoying and not how you expect the web to look like. I'm just always drawing it right now because it simplifies this if I don't have to like selectively draw the cursor. But later on, it should only show up if something like allows having a cursor. So like if something is editable, for example. Right now, let's just always show the cursor. So now I guess we can do if you tap a keystroke, right? If you tap a key. So do we currently handle that? Let me see what page view does in the key down event. When you slap a key, we only react to like up, down, home, end, stuff like that, which affects the scroll position of the web view. But we don't actually forward any of this to the libweb engine. So that needs to change. I think we'll just keep forwarding all of these things to the actually, should we really do that? Maybe we'll just let these be always scroll bar keys from now. We could also send everything to the web content. I guess the way this should really work is that the first thing we do is ask the web content, hey, do you want this keystroke? And if it does something with it, then we don't give it to the scrolling system, for example. I'm not exactly sure how that's supposed to work. I don't remember how DOM events work with regards to overlap with like system keyboard stuff. Anyway, that's irrelevant right now because let's just send everything to the page, and we'll do that up here. So, oh man, how does mouse down work? Let me see. So we do page, handle mouse down, blah, 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 blah. Okay. So we'll do similar thing here, except page, handle, key down, event, key, I guess. We'll send the key and the modifiers. Key, modifiers. We have a code point. Maybe the code point is really what we should be passing. Let's do it this way, code point. Oh, wait, should code point be 1 or 2 words? This feels natural to me, but at the same time, this also looks kind of nice. Whatever, let's not go down that kind of road right now. So here, we'll need to add some new API. So bool handle key down. I guess this is technically a key code. Kernel API key. No, not ACP. API key code. So we have unsigned modifiers and U32 code point, I guess. Why do I so want to write it that way? Well, whatever. So let's look at these. Okay, so handle key down. I guess we'll just forward this to the mainframe for now. So handle key down. key, modifiers, and code point. Yeah, that's pretty good input. Okay, so we'll have the same API on the event handler in the web. Wait, I'm clearly typing API slash. Why are you doing that to me? API slash becomes ACP. That's queue creator. That's not very nice. Okay, so that's good. And then we implement this API. Event handler. So what, oh what, are we gonna do with this event coming in? I guess, let's see, so if we have, if the cursor is currently in a text node, well, I guess we can do an insertion to just see what happens. So if, you know, we should probably have a DOM position valid check, actually. So bool is valid, const return m node a. Because if you don't have a node, then it's not a valid position. If you do have a node, it's probably a valid position. So m frame cursor position is valid. So if it's not valid, or wait, no, hold on. Let's not get carried away. If it's valid, we will let's ignore those and only care about this for now. Oh man, what is the most naive way to insert text right there? I guess just like mashing it into the text node. So let's see, if it's a valid and the cursor position node is text, is DOM text. Let's write it this way. All right. So text node is downcast to DOM text. Oh, we need to include that. Data, right. So this is not mutable, but we could extract it and then replace it. This will not be very optimized insertion, but it should work. So we'll do a string builder here, and let's see, builder append. I guess we should check if we have a code point actually. If code point, and so we have a code point. That means that we should insert it. So first we'll append the start of the text, so everything up to the cursor position. Offset into the node, right. Everything up to there, and then, oh wait, back up. From 0 to that, right. And then we should append the code point. Look at this asymmetry here. Code point versus code point. Maybe we should fix that API. Dang it. Code point vs code point. Wait, I don't know why I quoted the first one. Code point. Use code point instead of code point. Okay, so here are some people who made this change. That is the term that's used in Unicode standard. And look at all these hearts he got. These hearts, proper Unicode hearts. So, alright, Elixir people. Code point it is. Okay, and then we will also append the remainder of the original text. So frame, cursor, position, offset, text, node, data, length, minus, cursor position, offset. Okay, so I'm definitely missing some kind of +1, -1 somewhere, but it's okay. We'll see. Builder to string. All right, and I can't call that because I have a const DOM text. Because the cursor position is const. Well, what if I wanted a mutable? Yes. Cool. So let's see how that works out. Click, clack. Wait, put the cursor somewhere. I'm typing, but nothing happens. Oh, it showed up. I just didn't repaint. Okay. So we need to flush out a paint when this happens. So let's see, text node, layout node. Set needs display. If text node, layout node. All right. Cursor should probably move forward when this happens. Also, it doesn't actually flush out a repaint. What's up with that? Oh wait, the layout node for the text node. Can I even set needs display on one of those things? That should work. Why do you not work? M frame. Wait, but the blinking works. That's so weird. Anyway, let's move the cursor forward when we do this. Frame. Set cursor position. It's going to be frame cursor position. Wait, hold on. Node and frame cursor position offset plus uno. El pluso uno. Okay, so wait, back up. Unsigned. No. Is because you expect that to be. Wait. You want me to dereference this guy right here. That's what you want. This is sketch. Set needs display in. I was gonna double, triple verify that it's not null, but that would be so weird if it were null. I don't. So blinking works. The cursor moves, it just doesn't re-render. Wait, so maybe we do repaint, but we need to. Oh, wait. I'm stupid. It's not enough to repaint. Obviously, when we change the content, we have to relayout. So set. Technically, we need a full relayout. So how do we? I guess we're gonna have to bite the bullet here and do like a big ass relayout because we don't have incremental layout invalidation yet. So we'll just have to force a full document layout. Fix me. This should definitely use incremental layout invalidation instead. Otherwise, yeah, like doing a full document layout every time you type a character, that's not great. But we don't have the infrastructure to solve it in any other way at this moment. But yeah, so of course we need to relay out and then it just works. That's freaking cool, dude. Like actually editable content. I mean, see, it even breaks the lines in a new place. Very cool. Space. That is weird. Space moves the cursor forward. Oh, I'm inserting spaces. but in the web engine will collapse the white space. Okay, so that's a different thing that we need to handle differently for sure. We can't just advance the cursor like that because the damn. Okay, so I think we'll leave this issue for the future, but basically there's a disconnect between the way whitespace is handled in the DOM versus the way it's handled in layout, right? Like one whitespace is always one whitespace, but 10 whitespaces in the DOM is 10 whitespaces, 10 whitespaces in layout is one whitespace, thanks to the magic of the web. So that's something that we need to handle a little bit differently, but let's not get carried away with that. Let's just be happy with what we have, and I think we can commit this as is. So with web, allow inserting text by typing at the text cursor. Text at the cursor by typing characters. Okay, so this works everywhere right now, which is obviously not how it's going. Wait, hold on. But it's obviously not going to stay that way forever. Yeah. Okay, so that's nifty. Actually, let's add a note about the whitespace. Note that this does not advance the cursor correctly for whitespace, since the cursor is DOM based, and doesn't take collapsing whitespace collapsing into account yet. Okay. You know what? We should probably have a fix me with that here too. Fix me. This will advance the cursor incorrectly when inserting multiple whitespaces. DOM vs layout, whitespace collapse difference. Yeah. Let's have that fix me there. Okay, so it would be nice if you could also backspace over some text if you change your mind. So let's see how that would look like. So I guess if the key is a backspace. I mean, this whole thing is going to grow and become quite complex over time, but we'll have to start somewhere, right? So key code, key. If key is key code, key backspace, then kind of the same thing we were doing here, right? Just that we will take a little bit like this. Backspace, I mean, Backspace gets a little bit more complicated if you're at the start of a node. Let's say that we only go to the start of nodes here for now. So if frame cursor position offset is greater than 0, yeah. So let's only allow this if you're not at the start of the cursor node, and that'll be a fix me for the future. Support backspacing across DOM node boundaries. But yeah, right now let's not support that. So here we can then subtract 1 from the offset. And right. And then, of course, we have to do the forced layout thing, and we'll have to update the cursor position as well. So he will -1, and there we go. So let's try that out. I guess we should say return true, and if we didn't do anything with it, let's say return false, actually. So that goes back to what I was talking about earlier about if the web engine uses the keystroke for some way, like if it swallows it, then we shouldn't forward it to the application. Okay, so oh, that did not go the way I wanted it. Oh wait. Maybe it has a code point, even though, right. So, I should probably do all of these guys first. Because Backspace, I guess technically Backspace has a code point, or does it? It's a little bit weird. But I guess maybe it does. Okay. Tick, 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 tick. Built. Okay, so. Oh, yeah, of course, the right and left keys don't actually do what I want. They insert characters, but we can backspace at least. That's really cool. Very smooth and slippery libweb and libjs engines. Okay, pretty great. Let's commit that as well, even though it's a little bit cheesy. Backspace support to content editing. Okay, and then actually, you know what? Let's handle the content editable attribute a little bit here, so that we don't have to leave everything editable because it's going to get a bit silly. So we should only do this if it's explicitly editable. So I think what we'll do is we'll have a way to ask a DOM node if it is editable. So let's just put that here, maybe. Bool is editable. And what that will do is so I guess we will just walk the ancestor chain. Maybe this should be virtual, actually. Parent and parent is editable. So that will be the default behavior, and then we'll make this virtual. And for elements, element, we will is editable. We will say return has attribute, or wait, how does this work again? There's a content editable attribute, and it can be true, false, and inherit, I think. So content editable. It's going to be attribute, HTML, attribute names, content editable. So if content editable is, or let's say, equals ignoring case, also we have to add the attribute to the list. Content editable. So if it's equals ignoring case to true, return true. If it's equal ignoring case to inherit, I think that's how it is, then we will return parent, and parent is editable. Otherwise, we will return false, let's say. I think that would be okay. And then maybe we could actually have on the DOM document, we could have a way to make the document globally editable. That would be kind of cool. Wait, so how would that look? It would be like, I mean, it would just be this again, right? Is editable. Override. And this could just be a Boolean on the document. So, full document is editable. Return editable. Yeah, actually on element, that'll be final as well. Okay, so that's cool and everything. So how do we actually use this? And actually, I guess, if I recall correctly, you're supposed to be able to say just like div content editable, and that should be enough to, wait, how do you do this? Text HTML. Yeah. So that should be enough to get an editable thing. So it's not enough the way I was doing it. Because I have to, we'll say that false means false. Or wait, if it's true, or if it's empty, I guess. I don't know how to interpret that attribute. True. But if the thing is empty, then what? Okay, well, we'll do something like this. Is empty. Okay, but if it's not present, we will say that it's false. Wait, does that even make sense? I'm getting confused now. What is the default behavior? The empty string and the true keyword map to the true state. Okay, so that's good. False maps to false. Inherit is the missing value default and the invalid value default. So if the value is invalid or missing, then the behavior should be inherit, which means that null is not false, null is also inherit. So we need to handle that first. Or wait, how do we organize this? If it's not null, but it is empty, or it is true, then it is true. Okay. If it is false, then it's false, and then we have the missing and invalid case. Okay. True and the empty string map to the true state. False maps to the false state. Inherit. Inherit an invalid value and a missing value all map to the inherit state. In which case we will just ask the parent if he's editable. Okay, I hope I got that right. So then, right, so what do we do with this? I guess what we do is we only care about those keystrokes if the cursor node is actually editable. So if mFrame cursor position node and mFrame cursor position node is editable. Yeah. In fact, maybe we should. No, we can leave it like this for now. That's okay. Then we should also not render the cursor if we're in a non-editable node. So let's see, cursor blink state is off. That's a pretty cheap check. These are cheap checks. I think we will do the, let's see, if fragment layout node and fragment layout node is editable. So if we have one, or if we don't have one, or if it's not editable, turn. Yeah. Okay, so now we'll only allow the cursor to show up in content editable elements, and it will only be possible to, we'll only care about input, right? So we're still setting the cursor. We're just not displaying any cursor, and typing doesn't do anything. So if we make a test page, or actually maybe we can use the data URL here too. Does that work? Didn't work as well as I hoped. Okay, so let's just make one like this. Content editable is true. Hello, div. All right. Okay, so that it's possible to put the cursor here. I can't put it past the end. That's something that we have to fix, but that's good though. So it's editable. This stuff is not editable. Maybe we'll make the default test page editable, just for funsies. What would be the easiest way to do that? I guess just putting content editable on like the HTML element, right? So in the welcome page, we'll just do this, content editable true. Let's see what that looks like in Firefox. Yes, you can edit it right here. Pretty cool. Let's see how that works in our browser. Click. Yes. All right. I would say that's progress. Okay, so now, yeah, it doesn't work unless the content is opting into this, so that's really good. Let's commit that. So, actually, now I did 2 changes in one. Oh, wait, no, I committed the Backspace stuff already, right? Yes, I did. Okay, so this is all content editable. Yeah, okay, so loop web. Only allow editing of elements with content editable. True. We now respect the content editable HTML attribute and only let you edit content inside elements with it. Inside explicitly editable elements. Yes, and content editable ideal attribute on getting must return the string true if it's set to the true state. Okay, so I guess we can implement that attribute since we're here. Let's just put that on element for now. So we'll go here and we'll say like attribute string content editable. And that will go on element. So what does that API return? I guess we just have to wait, it returns inherit otherwise. Oh. Ooh, Maybe this thing should actually return the state. Let's see, enum class content editable state. True, false, inherit. Yeah, let's have a way to get this, and then we'll build the other things around that. Okay, and then this logic goes into a separate function. Inherit. Okay, and then is editable has to look up the state and then switch on it. So actually we can just switch on it. Return true. Return false. And in the remaining state, return parent, and parent is editable. I guess we can write out the state actually for clarity. State. That's pretty nice. Okay, and then, wait, did I enum class it? Yes, I did. Cool. And I'm missing a return statement here, of course. So this, again, it becomes this thing right here, except we're returning a string this time. So return true, return false, and return inherit, and assert not reached. Also, wait, why is this here of all places? Set content editable. Oh, is that settable as well? On setting, if the new value is an ASCII case insensitive match for the string inherit, then the content attribute must be removed. Okay, so there's a bit of finesse to setting it. Editable. Okay, so if content editable is inherit ASCII insensitive, so equals ignoring case, then remove attribute. Oh, we don't have remove attribute. We'll need to add that. Return. Okay, if it's a match for true, then it's set to true. If it's match for false, set to false. Otherwise, we must throw a DOM exception. We don't have that DOM exception yet, so we'll put a fix me. Set attribute true. Oops. False is false, and fix me. Yep. All right, so we'll need to add the remove attribute API. Attributes remove first matching there we go. Oh wait. You don't like that because this is a getter. Foob. All right, so let's see how this looks here. If we just ask the document body, for example, what is your content editable state? It is inherit. Okay, does that match what we would get? Welcome. Document body content editable inherit. Okay, that's cool. And then if we were to ask the HTML element, so like document first child next sibling, I think that's the HTML element. Yes. If we ask him, are you content editable? It is true. Okay, and yes. Okay, so it's the same behavior as Firefox. That's really good. Cool. So let's commit that. Expose the element content editable, or implement the attribute, ideal attribute. Yes. That's good. Okay, so I think that's going to be it for today's video. But we made pretty good progress there, so if you made it this far, then I thank you for watching, for hanging out. Actually, now that I think about it, we can do the spaces. What if we just insert a non-breaking space? What do we normally do for that? Just insert this code point. It would be a way to cheese it a little bit. Event handler. So let's see, we have the code point. What if we just do that? Then you can insert as many spaces as you like. Oh, that didn't go well. Okay, that needs some more thinking through, I think. I guess, I don't know why that doesn't work. I guess we end up in a situation where the UTF-8 decoder doesn't like what I did there for some reason, so it's not going to be quite that simple. So let's just skip over that for now. If you made it this far, thank you for watching, for hanging out, and I hope that you saw something interesting here. I think this is the start of some interesting functionality for the browser, especially for its use as a rich text control. That it's something that I would definitely like to have as a user interface component, just because then we can do all kinds of interesting things if you're able to use it as an editor. So we'll see where we go with that, but it's just very early start, of course. So thanks for checking out the video, and I'll see you next time.